Welcome to GSR Maths Academy. Today we are going to discuss about the 6th chapter of class 10, that is prəɡrɛʃs. Okay. Before going to learn about the prəɡrɛʃs topic, we need to understand some basic concepts regarding the prəɡrɛʃs. So let us get into the topic, that is of sequence. Firstly, you should know about the sequence. So sequence means what? Here, a systematic arrangement of numbers according to the given rule is called as a sequence. Sequence means what? Any systematic arrangement of numbers according to a rule is called as a sequence. Let us take an example. Let me take a multiples of 3. 3, 6, 9, 12, so on. Okay, so this is an example of sequence. Why? Because these terms are arranged in a order that are obtained by adding 3 to the every previous number. Okay, so it is a sequence, and these terms or else these numbers which are in this sequence are said to be as terms. The numbers which are in a sequence are said to be as terms. Okay, so if it is, let us take first one. This is 3. Okay, this is 3. So this is said is what? First term. If it is a first term, it is represented as a T1, and second term is represented as a T2. Third term is presented as a T3. Likewise, if there are n terms, then that is represented by Tn. Nth term of a sequence is represented as an Tn. In general, this nth term is also called as a general term of a sequence. General term of a sequence. I hope you understand about the sequence. Sequence means what? Here, a systematic arrangement of numbers according to the given rule is called as a sequence, and the numbers in the sequence are called terms. We referred the first term as a T1, second term as a T2, and so on, and nth term of a sequence is denoted by Tn. Just now I said about a Tn. Tn means what? Nth term, and this nth term, which may also refer to as a general term of the sequence, which is also called as a general term of the sequence. Now let us see that types of sequence based on terms. Types of sequence based on terms. That is of finite sequence. That is of finite sequence. What is finite sequence? Means if a sequence consists of a finite number of terms in it, if a sequence consists of finite number of terms in it, then that sequence is called as a finite sequence. A sequence which consists of finite number of terms is called as a finite sequence. Let us see this example. This is an example of finite sequence. Why? Because there are only 8 terms. That means we are able to count how many terms are there. Then it is said is what? Finite sequence. And you can guess that what is the next type of sequence? Yes, you are correct. That is of infinite sequence. And you can say the definition of infinite sequence as a sequence which consists of an infinite number of terms. A sequence which consists of an infinite number of terms is called an infinite sequence. In the very beginning of this section, I took an example of sequence as a multiples of 3, as a 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and so on. And I represented this dashes. That means this dots. This dots represents continuity. That means how many multiples are there for a 3 means there are infinitely many. So this is an example of infinite sequence. This is an example of infinite sequence. Why? Because there are infinitely many multiples of 3 are there. Okay, I hope you understand this. Let us see another example. 3, 10, 17, 24, 31, and so on. Up to where this sequence is continues infinitely. We don't know up to where it is. So that's why it is said what? Infinite sequence. It is said with what? Infinite sequence. Now let us hear an important note regarding the sequence. That is of if a sequence is given, then we can find its nth term. Then we can find out its nth term. And if nth term of a sequence is given, we can find out the sequence. To understand better about this note, let us go with one example. Let us see that example. Example 1, that find the first 4 terms of a sequence whose nth terms are given as follows. Find the first 4 terms of the sequence whose nth terms are given as follows. Here you need to understand that first term. Here first question you have to understand that they gave that nth term Tn is equal to 3n plus 1. That means from this note what we should understand means if nth term is given, we can write the sequence. If sequence is given, we can write nth term in terms of n's like this. That means to get the terms of this sequence, what we need to do means if you want to suppose you want to get the first term, so you should take n is equal to 1. To get n is to get a second term, then we need to take n is equal to 2. So likewise we have to keep on substituting the suitable value in the place of n, so that you will get the terms in the sequence. Let us see how we are going to find out the terms of the first sequence through this nth term. See, substituting n is equal to 1, so that you will get a first term. T1 is equal to 3 into 1 plus 1 is equal to 4. And similarly, if you substitute n is equal to 2, you will get a T2 as 3 into 2 plus 1, that is of 6 plus 1, that is 7. Likewise, if you substitute n is equal to 3, then you will get term 3 as a 10, and term 4 you will get as a 13. Similarly, you have to note down this question as a homework, and after this class you have to write the answer for this question. Okay, I hope you understand that how to find out a sequence or terms of a sequence when the nth term is given. And sometimes they may give you sequence, they may ask you to write the nth term. Okay, for the time being we'll discuss wherever it is necessary. In that case also we'll discuss that. Okay, so now let us see the next slide, which is of types of sequences or progressions. Here onwards our topic starts. Okay, so a sequence of numbers which follows a specific pattern are called as a progression. Sequence of numbers which follows a specific pattern is called as a progressions. Depending on the pattern, progressions are classified as follows. Depending on the pattern, progressions are classified into 3 types mainly in this, that are arithmetic progression, and second one is a geometric progression, and third one is harmonic progression. In the class 10 we want to discuss about a harmonic progression. We'll discuss about only these two, but in this section I am going to explain about only arithmetic progressions. Okay, for GP I am going to make another video, you need to wait until then. Okay, so let me explain the concepts regarding the arithmetic progressions in this video. To that, let us see the definition of arithmetic progression. Arithmetic progression definition is that a sequence whose terms increase or decrease, a sequence whose terms are increase or decrease by fixed number is called as an arithmetic progression. Is called as an arithmetic progression. That fixed number is called as an common difference. We have discussed an example as multiples of 3 in the previous slides. So let me take the same example again. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, next 18. What is the next term that you will get here? That is of 21. What is the next term that you will get? That is of 24, and so on and so on. Here, this is the best example of an arithmetic progression. Why? Because it is a sequence in whose terms are obtained or else by increasing by a fixed number. Here, if you add 3 to the first term, you will get a second term, and if you add 3 to the second term, you will get a third term, and adding 3 to the third term, you will get a fourth term. Likewise, the terms will be obtained by adding a fixed number or subtracting a fixed number. So, such type of sequence is said to be what? Arithmetic progressions. And whatever fixed number that we are adding or subtracting, that fixed number is called as a common difference. In general, it is denoted as a small d. In general, it is denoted as a small d. Okay, I hope you understand about the definition of arithmetic progressions. Okay, now that fixed number is a difference of two successive terms. Difference of two successive terms is 3. Here, if you take any two successive terms in the AP, that difference between them is remains the same. So that's why it is said to be what? Common difference, and it is usually denoted by small d, and the standard form of AP denoted as A plus D, A plus 2D, so and so up to A plus n minus 1 into D, A plus n minus 1 into D. Here A means first term, A means first term, and D means what? Common difference. How you are going to get a second term means how we got a second term in this progression. For the first term we have added common difference. In the same manner, second term is obtained by adding a common difference D to the first term, and for the second term, if you add D, that means common difference, you will get a third term as A plus 2D. And the same manner, to get the nth term, this is the formula. This is a formula of nth term of an AP. Okay, clear? Now let us see the two examples regarding the arithmetic progression so that you can understand better. Okay, let us say first example, that is of 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9, so on. Here, is it AP or not? How can we verify that whether it is an AP or not? So to decide whether given sequence is an AP or not, just we need to take the difference between the two successive terms. Here I am taking the difference between these two terms, that is 2. 3 minus 1 is 2. Here difference between 2. Difference is 2. Difference is 2. So the difference between the two successive terms remains the same everywhere in this sequence. So this sequence is said to be an AP. This sequence is said to be an AP. Okay. Here second term minus first term, second term minus first term, third term minus second term, fourth term minus third term, that is all common difference is 2. Here this is an AP. Why it is an AP? Whose first term is 1 and common difference is 2. Why it is an AP means as a difference between two successive terms is remains same, so that it is an AP. And in this AP, what is the first term? First term is 1 and common difference is 2. Okay. Now let us see the second example. second example is that here 5, 3, 1, minus 1, minus 3, minus 5, minus 7, and so on. Here how to verify whether it is an AP or not? As usual, we need to take the common difference. That means we need to take the difference between the two successive terms is same or not. We need to check that whether the difference between the two successive terms is same or not. Here, what is the difference between the term 2 minus term 1? That means 3 minus 5, that is of minus 2. 1 minus 3, that is minus 2. Minus 1 minus 1 again. Minus 1 minus 1, that is minus 2. Likewise, if you check that the difference between the two consecutive terms remains the same, then only it is said to be an AP. Okay, once you see it is a sequence, and this sequence is an AP. Why it is an AP means here the difference between the two successive terms is same, and in which first term is 5 and common difference is minus 2. Here you need to understand this first example. First example is terms are obtained by adding a fixed number. Here in the second example, terms are obtained by subtracting a fixed number. Okay, here increasing sequence, increasing manner, it is in a decreasing manner. Okay, that you need to understand. Okay, now let us see the general term of an AP. General term of the AP. What is the general term of the AP means? We already discussed that nth term of a sequence Tn is equal to what? General term, and nth term of a AP Tn formula is a plus of n minus 1 into d. If you want to find out T5, just we need to substitute n is equal to 5 in this equation, so that a plus of 5 minus 1 into d, that is of a plus 4d. Fifth term, how we got? A plus 4d. Similarly, if you want to take a 10th term, then formula is a plus 9d. If you want to take a 20th term, then a plus 19d. Here we need to take a 20 minus 1. The same manner, whatever n will be, that predecessor we have to take. Okay, in this term, A means what? A means first term. A means first term, and D means common difference. Okay, T1 is also first term is also referred as a small a or T1. Okay, how do we get first term means? First term T A is equal to A plus 1 minus 1 into D is equal to A. Okay, this is a formula of nth term of an AP. Okay, nth term of an AP is also called as an general term of that AP. Okay, so now let us see that an example. In this, find the 30th term of an AP of 10, 7, 4 and so on. We need to find out the 30th term of this AP. So how we are going to find out the 30th term? Means here 30th term means T30 we need to find out. T30 formula is A plus of 30 minus 1 into D. That means A plus of 29D. Here A means what? First term. What is A in this? What is the first term in this? Here A is 10, and common difference is what? 7 minus 10. 7 minus 10, that is of minus 3. Let us substitute that values. A is equal to 10 plus of 29 into minus 3. And doing so, you will get a 30th term. Okay. Now, let us see the selection of the terms. While doing certain problems in the calculation, we need to select certain terms. That means we need to select 3 terms, 4 terms, 5 terms, likewise. So why we need to select means in certain problems they may give you sum of the three terms of AP is 18. What is the first term? What is the 10th term? Likewise they will ask. So in such cases we need to select that certain terms in a particular order so that we can do the, or else we can solve that answers very easily. So let us see how we are going to select such type of terms. Okay, sometimes we require certain number of terms. Sometimes we require certain number of terms in AP. The following ways of selecting terms and generally very convenient. Why it is very easy means if you apply it, you can solve the answer is very easily. That's why you need to select the terms in this manner. Okay, suppose if you want to select three terms, if you want to select three terms, then that three terms should be taken as A minus D, A and A plus D. That means first term if you suppose as A minus D, second term becomes A and third term becomes what? A plus D. Why we need to select means if they given sum of them as 18 means on adding this, sum means what? We need to add, and adding this what will happen? This D terms will be get cancelled, then you will get a value very easily. A value you will get as an very easily. Once you got A, you can find out a D also with a given other condition. Okay, so here what is the common difference here? D. And if you want to select the four terms, you need to select that four terms in such manner as first term as A minus 3D, second term as A minus D, third term as A plus D, and fourth term we have to select as a A plus 3D. A plus 3D, here print mistake is okay, A plus 3D. So here also same concept, they have given sum, all D terms will be cancelled, then you will get a value very easily. So here what is the common difference while selecting these four terms in this manner means common difference is 2D. And if you want to select the five terms, you need to select as A minus 2D, A minus D, A plus D and A plus 2D. Here common difference is D. In the same manner, if you want to select 6 terms like this, and if you want to select the 7 terms, you have to select like this terms we need to select, so that we can do the answer is very easily. Now we are going to discuss one of the very important formula regarding the arithmetic progressions, that is of sum of n terms of AP. Sum of n terms of AP. Sir, why? What is the meaning of this term? Means if suppose if we have taken a sequence as a multiples of 3 as 3, 6, 9, 12 and 15, if you have taken like this. Okay, so suppose we want to find out a sum of this. Okay, how many terms are there? 5. So if you take a sum, then this is said to be as a sum of the first 5 terms of AP. Sum of the first 5 terms of AP. And if you take next multiple 18 and adding them, that all 6 multiples, then you will get a sum of 6 terms of AP. Likewise, if there are n terms, then to find out the sum of that up to n terms, we required an easier method. So it is necessary to learn a formula that is of n terms of AP. That is of n terms of AP. So let us see the formula of n terms of AP. N terms of AP is represented as an Sn. Sn in the sense n terms of AP. N terms of AP is equal to n by 2 of 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Here n means the number of terms, up to what number of terms we are taking, that is n. And here e means the first term. and n value we already discussed. D means common difference, and there is another formula, that is of Sn is equal to n by 2 of a plus L, where L is last term. L is last term. Okay, L is last term. Let us see this L formula. Last term is represented as a plus n minus 1 into d, which is also referred as an Tn, general term, or else nth term only referred as an last term. Okay, now see here, A means first term, D means common difference, D means common difference, and L means last term, Sn in the sense sum of first n terms, sum of the first n terms. By using this formula, you need to do one problem as a homework. Please note down this question. Okay, find the sum of 20 terms of AP whose first term is 3 and last term is 57. Find the sum of 20 terms of AP whose first term is 3 and last term is 57. I hope you will try it later. Okay, let us discuss one more important note. By this note, we are going to end this video. Let us see that. Okay, if three numbers A, B, C are in AP, if and only if B minus A is equal to C minus D, B minus A is equal to C minus B, that means common difference should be same. Common difference should be same. From this we can write that A plus C is equal to 2D, A plus C is equal to 2B. Then only we can say that A, B, C are in AP. A, B, C are in AP. When three terms are said to be in AP, means if A plus C is equal to 2B. How do you got this formula? Means with help of common difference only. Here this negative B we have transported, and this negative A we have transported to other hand, so that B plus B is equal to C plus A, that is of 2B is equal to A plus C. That's it. From where we got? From the definition of arithmetic progression itself. Okay, next concept, that is of next concept. If you observe, if an AP has n terms, then nth term is called as a last term. It is denoted by L, which we have discussed in the previous slide already, and L is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. L is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. Why? Because L is last term, which is also said to be as an nth term of a AP. So these are the important synopses which are this regarding the arithmetic progressions. I hope if I miss any concept in this, I will try to cover in the next video. And if you are watching my video first time, please subscribe to my channel